Hello guys, it's Miss M back with another video, and today we're learning about Claude Monet. So this is Claude Monet. He was born November 14th, 1840, and he died December 5th, 1926. Oscar Claude Monet was a French painter and founder of French Impressionistic painting. His painting was also considered modern art, so this is our definition of modern art. Modern art is art that rejects traditional techniques. Any form of art, including painting, sculpting, architecture, and photograph, can be considered modern art. It is a term that includes many different movements and ideas from the 1890s to today. Today, this is what our project is based off of. It's the Waterlily pad green harmony. You can see there's lots of greens and blues. So as we go on, we'll reference that. But for now, we can just kind of sit back and look at some of his artwork. It's very beautiful, very tranquil. You can see some it's very realistic, and he uses tons of colors. Remember, Impressionism and Expressionism are really about expressing feelings rather than realism, but Monet did enforce realism in his work. All right, hello, this is what we're going to be needing. We're going to be needing our half sheet of paper. We're going to want a portrait. We're going to need crayons. Here are my crayons right here. Once again, we're going to want a portrait, not landscape. We're going to be starting out with our greens. I'm using a light green first, and I'm creating two rainbow shapes. And you'll see me do that. I'm just going to draw one, then I'll draw the next shape. And then I'm going to double those lines. And you'll see me. I kind of messed up right here a couple times, but that's okay because all we're going to be doing is filling those in. After we're done filling those in, we're going to be creating little lines to connect these two, and you'll see I'll just go straight down. I'm just connecting them. I'll make as many as I want. It's kind of just our bridge. Then I'm taking a dark green and outlining the bottom, very, very bottom of the bridge, and my little poles, and then the very bottom of the top. You can kind of see what I did. Now I'm taking a black, and all I'm doing is outlining the top of the inside and the side. And you can see that that's all I continue doing. It's just kind of these little L shapes. And I'm just following those. All right. Next thing we're doing is drawing our little lily pads. And for our artwork to show some depth, what we're going to be doing is at the very front, our lily pads will be very big. And the further they go away from us, the smaller they get. So if you draw them up here, on top of or inside of our little bridge, we have to make sure that they are super little. At the bottom, they're very, very big, since that is closest to us. So what I'm going to be doing next is just adding little swirls inside of them, and then I'm just coloring them inside with my light green. And once we're done coloring in our lily pads, we can grab any types of colors and add some flowers on top. You see they're just kind of spiky. And I'm just drawing one inside of the other. You could just draw one like that. Or you could draw little squiggly lines inside. But all I'm doing is grabbing any type of reds, pinks, purples that I want to use. And that's pretty much all I do is draw little flowers on top. Take some blues. And then once I'm done, all I do is color it in with yellow. All right, and the next thing I'm going to do with my crayons is just add some grass, and this is just a friendly reminder that these are going to be the same exact steps we're taking, whether you're doing our water with watercolor or you're going to be doing this with crayons. All of these first steps are exactly the same. So until we get up to this point, this is where it's going to branch off. If you're going to do your water with watercolor, you're going to want to fast forward a little bit to find that place. If not, continue watching it here, and you can see that I'm just coloring in my water with my crayon. I'm kind of leaving some blank spaces so I can add purple into it. You can make the full thing blue. You can add some purple. I like the way the purple looks, but you can just see I'm just kind of coloring it with blues and purples, making it darker in some places, lighter in some places. But this is kind of how it is for our watercolor as well. And we'll see that later on if you continue watching it. But this is kind of me just filling it up wherever I think it looks right. You can see I add my purple. And on the sides, on the top, you'll see that I'll add tree details. And I basically just take a dark green and a light green and scribble in what kind of look like bushes or trees to myself. It's not perfect. Yeah, just use your imagination and make it the best of your abilities. But doing that or not doing that, it will still look pretty good. All right. So like I said before, it's the same exact steps if you're doing watercolor for our water. So you can see I'm just adding in my little black lines after I added in my green. Then the lily pads drawn with my dark green, and then I'll fill in with little circles and then color it in with my light green. And then you can see I drew my flowers already, and this is where it starts becoming a little different. Exactly what I did with the crowns, this is what I'm doing with the watercolor. So I'm just going to take a little bit at a time and color it in where I think it needs to be. You can color it all blue. You can add some green into it. You can add purple into it. I like adding purple into it, and you'll see that later on. So I just kind of leave little blank spaces for my purple. You can see that I kind of forgot about adding my little grass on bottom, but that's all right. You can add it after. But as you can see, it's the same exact thing with as with crowns. Oh, we can see here that I'm adding some water and then dabbing some colors on. It didn't turn out so great, but that's all right. So if you wanted to draw that with crayons instead, you could also do that. But this way, I put some green on top of it, and now it looks a little better. So this is them compared to one another. I think they look fabulous together. Either way, I think they look great, and I hope you guys have fun doing this. Goodbye. Thank you.